Okay, inside of the boat does have the motor guide trolling motor. It does hook up here in the front. This boat does run on 2 batteries. I got the trolling motor hooked up on 1 battery and the stereo hooked up on the same battery, which hooks up on the port side. And then it has the other battery for the motor on the other side. I do have it set up to where both batteries charge when the motor's on, so that's kind of a plus. I usually unplug the auxiliary battery when not in use and just use the motor battery, and then that way if something goofy does happen, you still have an auxiliary battery where you can hook it up. It has a Bluetooth stereo. Kenwood stereo works very well. It has 4 6x9s plus an amp. I have no idea what size that amp is. I put it in about 10 years ago. 2 Polk Audio 6x9s. Those speakers there are not hooked up. They don't work. But everything's in pretty decent condition. All of the gauges work except for the speedometer and the trim. Sometimes the trim works, sometimes it doesn't. Right now it's almost all the way down, and it's like at half. But you'll be going down through the water, and then eventually it'll start working. But other than that, the RPM gauge works, temperature works, fuel gauge, oil pressure works, voltmeter works. The Lawrence fish finder does work. The blower works. Always definitely want to turn that on before you start it. The bulge pump does work. The horn, I believe, works. Yep. The lights work. The navigation lights do work. It does have storage underneath. Throw in an extra prop. And the fish holders and the lights. It's kind of hard to see. Sorry. And an antenna if you do want to hook the antenna up to the radio. It does start on a dime. Right now we do have the water hooked up. There's the tack. We won't put it in gear, but gas has been in it over the winter. It has been stabilized, but it still might have a little bit of rough gas in it, but it does start right up. It does idle when it does have kind of a little touchy thing on the throttle. If you just reach in, we can get it to where it'll idle at about 600 RPM, so you get some good trolling. It's about 600-700 RPM right now, but yeah, it works. Everything works pretty well. Flaws inside the boat. There is a tear right here behind the driver's seat. I think that's the only tear we have. It's just a goober. This is with the bikini top on, and then I'll take the bikini top off and fold it down so you see how that works also.